in. Hello everybody and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill and I am here to show you a delightful and very special 2021 Newmar 4369 Ventana. Again, this is a Ventana in our most popular floor plan, the 4369. And I cannot wait to show you through all of the special features of this coach. Again, my name is Katie and my number is 303-562-8659. 303-562-8659. Please feel free to text me, email me, or just call me, whatever you like. I'm always happy to answer questions as you're doing your research. Let's go ahead and start from the back. So today's RV is very, very unique. The Ventana is a great RV for people that are looking for a motorhome that, you know, has maybe a little more horsepower, a little more towing capacity, so an ability to flat tow something maybe just a little bit heavier than the standard vehicle. Or if you're looking for something that's wheelchair accessible, we do make a wheelchair accessible model. The other thing that I think that this RV really panders or really attracts is for people that are looking for high-end finishes at a more relatively low price point. So if you're not into spending that Essex or London Air money, but you still want to have, you know, hardwood finishes, really nice options, lots of horsepower, lots of torque, this is a great RV that meets that budget. So today's RV is $417,768 at list. I get a lot of people who ask for this, so here's that window sticker. And again, this recommended MSRP is $417,768. So really nice midpoint in terms of pricing on this RV. But more importantly, it's really been custom ordered, so it's got a lot of special things that I get to show you today. The bathroom is one of the #1 selling features of this floor plan. But what's really cool about this one is I get to finally show you what it looks like when you don't have that optional washer and dryer. So this closet, of course, can be retrofit with the Splendid stackable washer and dryer system. But if you're looking for extra storage when you're on the road, maybe you've got your kids with you, maybe you're working from your RV and you need to have a different, you know, level of, you know, gear, you know, not just hiking clothes, but also maybe some business attire. Great place to have some extra accommodations. Now this is the Belmont interior, and then this is going to be our I'm sorry, oh, gotta look. Bermuda glazed, yeah, just lost it for a second. Bermuda glazed maple finish. And this is the matte finish. So what's really nice about this is you can see it's just a lovely, kind of a medium tone that really offsets all of the beautiful colors that you have in the Belmont decor. Now, over here on the right-hand side is another reason that we are so popular at the 4369. Look at all of the storage space that you have down here. So not only do you have 4 full extension dovetailed soft closed doors. They're all hardwood. They're nice and sturdy. These are going to last a long time. Great functionality, but plenty of room to keep linens. And then if you wanted to keep maybe towels underneath here, just lots and lots of storage space. So very, very convenient. Of course, dual sinks is also very popular. And then I love our medicine cabinet because it's carpet lined. You're not going to get those rattles going down the road. You also have 2 110 volt outlets one on either side. So you've got total of 4 outlets here if you want to have your hair dryer, flat iron plugged in. And then look at all of this additional storage space. So if you've got sweaters you're bringing, you know, you could put bins that had like all the kids' goods if you wanted to, and then tons of hanging space above. And what a great opportunity to keep all of your shoes. You could just keep tons of shoe boxes up here. So if you needed to have hiking shoes, tennis shoes, flip-flops, all the like, just really nice to have that extra space. And then here in the back, we also have not only more cabinet space where you've got your stackable shelves, but a great place if you wanted to keep some extra toilet paper rolls, maybe some of those goods. And then above that, you have our very, very nice, highly sought after Newmar safe. So if you are out there on the road, there's a place to hang your extra keys, and then a nice place to keep all of your cash, jewelry, gold bullion, whatever it might be. But yeah, so just super nice to have all of those things. Thanks, Jody. Fantastic fan, which is rain sensing above my head. And then behind me, we have this amazing egress door. So Newmar puts an egress door on here, and if you can imagine, if there's some kind of fire or anything like that in your RV and you need to escape, you can jump out the window. There's an emergency exit window in almost all RVs, but it would be so much nicer to be able to unlock and open an exit door, pull off the metal cover right here that's magnetic, deploy your ladder, and exit gracefully in an emergency situation. So really nice there. We like that feature a ton. It's very important. And then you'll notice that I've got this really nice porcelain toilet here. So, you know, you've got a 40-gallon black water tank, a 60-gallon gray water tank, and 105 gallons of fresh water. This is a boondocker's dream. If you wanted to get out on the open road and hang out for a long time, you really could. But when you go out and you look at some of the competition, especially in this price point, you know, not having a porcelain toilet really feels quite different. And then this is as a bath and a half model, you'll have two, which is really cool. I also love that they've given us not only a towel bar here on the back of the door, but also a robe hanger up here. This is a really nice feature. But the number one seller, I would say, on the 4369 is the size of the shower. This is a huge, huge shower. So I'm wearing 4-inch high heels today, as you can see, and I have plenty of headroom. And I mean, so this probably puts me at about 5'9" or so. But as you can see, lots of water, or lots of ability to get that shower head on me. I've got this really nice open skylight above me. Now, if you're comparing the Ventana to the Newmar Dutch Star, one of the differentiating features in this coach is going to be that we have the skylight here as opposed to the cathedral ceilings. So that's just something to take note of. Now in both offerings you can have this teak bench, which gives you a great ability to sit down and maybe wash your feet or shave your legs at the end of the day. But what's really important too is that you have this AquaView shower system. So with 60 gallons of gray water, if you've got long hair or if you've just got a lot of kids, whatever it is, maybe you just like to take a long shower, it's really nice to have something where you can recycle that water until it heats up. Now this is an all-electric coach, and you do have a tankless water heater on here, so there's no end of hot water, especially if you're plugged into sewage and city water and 50 amp at a park. You could take a shower all day long if you wanted to. But if you're not and you're out there where you're actually relying on the capacities of your RV, this AquaView system is really good because it's going to help you retain as much gray water as possible and as also as much fresh water as possible. So we love that feature. And then I did want to mention that this is adjustable. So if you've got littles that maybe want to take a shower, you can move this up and down. So that's a really nice feature on this RV as well. So now that we've covered this area, we're going to go ahead and go into the most important room of the RV, of course the bedroom. But before we do, I want to show you how much privacy you have in the morning. So let's say you get up a little bit early, you want to start your day very easily. Just pull your solid wood door closed, and plenty of privacy so you can get ready on your own. Now again, for people in this segment, if you're looking for these really nice, you know, full covered ceilings that have these beautiful, you know, return and air conditioning covers, you know, very decadent and elegant headboards and sconces around the bed, the Ventana is a really good fit for you. So we have a lovely mirrored headboard here. We also have switches here to turn off our reading lights on, and also our ceiling lights from right here as well. And then we have over bed storage that is also carpet lined, 2 110 outlets in the center here with little grommets where you can put your cords down. So if you had any kind of electric device that you needed to run through here, you could do that. If you had maybe a laptop that you wanted to keep plugged in, charging during the day, you could slide it under your pillow and then it's there for you when you go to catch up with business at night. Really nice offering. You've got vented windows on either side, so nice cross ventilation. And then here under your nightstand, you've got 2 110 outlets and 2 USB ports as well, and then a great place to keep water bottles. So really nice situation for bedside storage on both sides of this bed. Now you can turn your speakers on and off with those little wall switches that you saw there, so if you are listening to something in the cab and you're going to bed, you don't have to get up and walk to the front and turn off that stereo. But I wanted to show you underneath here. So this RV, again, as I mentioned, is a special order unit, so you will have to keep that little air pump because that's for your sleep number bed. But I wanted to show you, this RV is equipped with a full desk and dining situation, so you can have both at the same time. And this is the leaf, so this will be important to us later. And I do have one of the chairs out so that you can see that. And I had to kind of make a decision as to, you know, with the amount of time that I have to show you these RVs, I will not be showing you the amount of walking space on this RV today, so I apologize in advance, but I think that you'll find the extra information really useful. And if you'd like a video of that later on, I would be more than happy to prepare that for you. Okay, so light switches, really nice wallpaper, and then again, more hanging storage. So if you do have your kids with you, they can have closet space, you can have closet space. If you're like me, this is pretty much my boyfriend's closet, and then all the rest are mine. I mean, let's just be real, that's how it goes. He's probably he watches all my videos. He's probably laughing at that right now because he knows it's true. But again, more hanging storage as well. And then it's kind of nice, you have these like little 110 outlets. This is really designed for your television. So of course you've got this beautiful Samsung 4K TV. So all of our televisions are going to have smart TV. So if you're not going to, you know, use the SK300 satellite receiver that is on this RV, you could just, you know, use your Wi-Fi, download Hulu, Netflix, all of those things. But this is really a very nicely equipped RV, made for people who want to be out for a long time or just want to hit the weekends and do it in style. So again, tons of drawer space, really nice full extension. These are the largest drawers. Then you have two that are this size as well. And then you have a fifth drawer over here. And then above the fifth drawer is this. This is your audio video command center. Now please note that this is the last of the Mohicans. We will not be offering Blu-ray players in our RVs future forward because so many people are using these 4K TVs. But that being said, we do give you an HDMI plug, so if you need to get one, you're welcome to, and they're pretty inexpensive. But being that they're not being used a lot, there's no reason to spend extra money on things that you're not going to use. So again, love this beautiful separation of space, so you can have some privacy even if you have company. Fantastic fan control, so we'll have 3 of these throughout the coach. This one is going to be for the bathroom. And then here you'll see down below we've got our sweep plate. So this little sweep plate here is great. You can sweep your coach throughout. Now another differentiating feature of this RV is this RV does have carpet on the full wall side over here. So this is going to be different again from the Newmar versus the Ventana, and a lot of people actually like having this nice carpeted feel. A little more cozy on your toes. So very, very nice feature. And then you'll see here going into the galley, another wonderful benefit of this great floor plan is all of this cabinet space. So look at the size of this pantry. So I'll open all of these up, but they are full extension. And you've got 7 of them, and these are adjustable, but what an amazing amount of space. So in 2021, we stopped doing the little push button lock here and went to this great system with Rubber Shelf where they lock in place just by pushing them in and pushing them out. So great way to be secure, and then you're not breaking off that little tab, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people come in and they just pull at the door, and if they have that button and it's not released, then of course they break the little plastic tab and you've got to pay the, I don't know, $9 to replace it. But it doesn't normally you that's doing it. It's like, you know, your granddaughter or your next door neighbor, and you can't really get mad, but it kind of stinks. So great new system. I love the water dispenser here. This has got a filter on your whirlpool. And so you've got a water filter here on the top right hand side, a ton of space here, and a really nice configuration. This slides down, so if you have taller items here, and then you have, I love this like setup, so you know, you might have a little less fruit and more vegetables, and then plenty of room for meats and cheeses, but a really nice whirlpool. But that extra water filter goes in tandem with your whole house water filter, so through this refrigerator door you're actually going to have double filtered water, which is really, really nice. And look at the size of this freezer. Plenty of room for hamburgers, hot dogs, popsicles. It's got an automatic ice maker, which is really nice. Very much that residential feel, three-door Whirlpool refrigerator. So far, as you can see, this is a really, really nice setup. But now we're going to get into some of the things that I really love the most. Let's go into the kitchen, Jody. So look at that little drawer. How convenient is this little guy? And then a place to keep all of your sponges and your scrubbies. And then underneath here, you can see you've got a nice place for your trash can. I do have one sink cover. So one of the nice things about this sink is it's a stainless steel dual basin undermount sink. And what's nice about that is, once again, for those of you that aren't maybe at a park all the time, if you're using your own gray water and fresh water, it's nice to be able to just get your soap in one sink and then rinse in the other. So very cool feature there. Lots of room. As you can see, very deep basin. You've got that residential faucet, as you would expect, with both spray and pour. And then I love this. So there's a plug back here, Jody. You can actually plug in a coffee pot and go down the road. This is such an unusual feature these days. It's so nice to have. And then close it up. That way it's not going to go, skittering about as you go driving down the interstate. Now here, more storage once again. Another one of these great rubbish shelves that comes all the way out. And then one of the things that you'll note here is that, so first of all, it says Ventana Special, and I'll go into the colors later, but this is a special paint code. But they give you all those paint codes, so if you don't have your touch-up paint, or you use all of the ones that are coming with the coach, you can always order more. And then you've got all of your vehicle information right here. You've got your axle numbers, you've got your VIN number, you've got everything that you need to know about your RV. And then you've got all of your phone numbers here as well. And one of the most important ones, as you can see, is that country club. The Newmar Country Club is a place where you have some of the best parks available across the country. And if you have a Super C or anything under the length of 35 feet, you can't get access. So this is a great RV for getting into those higher end parks. And it's also a great RV for getting off the beaten path. Now this RV is solar prepped. It doesn't have solar panels. Now that's okay, because for about $1,500 less than the Newmar solar panel package, we can add 3 175 watt panels to this RV. So if you are interested in maybe having the capacity to run your refrigerator, charge your phones, and leave your RV, on while you're out hiking on the road, that would be a great place where you don't have to worry about just running, on your batteries. You could actually have solar. So I have solar on my RV, and we'll really run the generator for about an hour and a half or 2 hours at night, but we can stay out for 2 weeks. And that's really because of water capacities more so than anything, without ever being plugged in. And that's a really, really nice feature. And unless we're running the air conditioning, we don't even need to run our generator during the day. The solar does everything for us. So if you don't know a lot about that and you're curious, please reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text. I understand you might not be in our market. I'm more than happy to help you with your research, anything I can do to help get you guys camping and on the road. But this is a solar prepped unit, and that's an important feature, to make sure you are solar prepped, because if you don't have solar and you want it, you want to make sure you're at least prepped by the manufacturer. Okay, so on to the next cool aspect of this RV. Really, having a, did I push the wrong button? Oh shoot, I did. I hit play. Oh, I just started the dishwasher. Oh well, so it won't open for me now because now it thinks that we're actually doing a load of dishes. But there's a full dishwasher here. And then look at all of these remotes. So I would recommend, this one does come with the optional universal remote, which is right here. And this is a really nice thought. The problem is, I'll leave it in like one room or the other. So I would actually prefer just to get a little label maker and put, this is for the front. This one's for the living room, that one's for the bedroom, that one's for outside. So yeah, if you didn't catch that, let's count. Bedroom, living room, front, outside. 4 TVs, not kidding. Let me tell you, on game day, this is the place to be. Above our dishwasher, we have our Whirlpool microwave oven and convection oven. So this is your regular oven. You could bake cookies in this. You can set it to 350 degrees and use it just like you would a regular oven. You could have Thanksgiving dinner on the road. Or you could use it as a microwave and microwave burritos, which is what my son would like to do, or Hot Pockets, probably Hot Pocket. And then here, look at this Spice Alley. I love Spice Alley. And again, this is carpeted. So no rattles, but you can put all your Laurie's up there, your salt, your pepper, your paprika, whatever it is that you're bringing, maybe your oregano, Italian seasoning, all of it, plenty of room right there above your cooking area. And you'll note that these covers have cutting boards on the back of them, which is really, really nice. But one of the cool things about this RV is if you would like to have one set of pots, you have this true induction, which is removable. So you can take this outside and cook your bacon, cook your smelly fish, bring it back inside, put it back in its hole. But because you don't need to use a Coleman stove, you can actually just have one set of pots and pans, which is really, really useful when you're on the road. And these true induction stoves are not like a coil underneath a ceramic stove where it gets hot and you gotta use that stuff to clean it off. This is a stove that's actually magnetic. So you could put a paper towel down on top of the stove and put your pot of boiling water on top of the stove to boil. It would boil much faster than it would even over a hot gas flame. It cooks to a specific temperature, so you could set it to 350 or 450, so you're not going to burn things, or you could sear something if you wanted to. So really, really good for those gourmet cooks that want to have a more specific temperature. But because of the fact that it's got, you know, that ability to be magnetic as opposed to heat driven, it's also very much a safety feature. So much less fire hazard than if you had a propane system on an open flame, especially if you've got littles that want to get up and help with, you know, making eggs and bacon in the morning, things along those lines. So lots of great features here. I've had a lot of people who say, oh my gosh, well, do I want that rear window? So this does not have the optional kitchen window in the back. Again, this is a special order coach that we really put some thought into. And people say, well, you know, I want that rear window. Well, you have a big rear window. You've got a big window just to the left of your kitchen here. But more importantly, do you have a window behind your stove at home? Because I don't know anybody who's got a window behind their cooktop, because if you've got bacon grease and stuff like that, you're going to be in there trying to clean that thing all the time. So I'm a big fan of the beautiful glass tile that you see there. I love this feature. As you can see, a little extra counter space goes a long way, and you still have all of this great door storage, like tons and tons of room in here. But this is just so cool because it just pops, oops, push the little button. Okay, so just so you know, there's a bump. Ready? There you go. You got to do the bump. Do the bump and it closes right up, super simple. But look at these full extension center drawers. I mean, that is so much kitchen space. And then hopefully in that shot you'll notice, oh, do we get this one last cabinet? And we'll do this cabinet. But then we're going to move on to what I think is probably one of the most unique and differentiating features in this RV. Look at my dining room. So I mentioned earlier, I can turn this table sideways and put all 4 chairs around it. But if I was just on the road, me and my significant other having breakfast, really nice place to sit and dine all the time, this table has that big leaf, so it gets almost another 1.5 feet wider. So you could have a really nice dinner party. You could put the table in front of the recliners, you could put it in front of the couches. But this office space here, by removing that table that you get, is so decadent. It's so nice to have a place where you could come and do work. And keep in mind, when I say it's office space, it's not pretend office space, it's the real deal. Like, you've got a filing cabinet here, you've got plenty of room for all of your office supplies. And then over here on the other side, you actually have a place where you can pull out and keep your keyboard. And you have a print station underneath. So this is just super, super, super cool. And when I say there's a print station, so behind the plant that we have here, you've got your USB ports. So there's 2 USB ports, 2 110 outlets, then a grommet that you can run your cords through. So you could put your monitor up to the surface, have your monitor set up, and then you could have your computer going down underneath. Or if you were running off of your laptop, you could have your printer run down here and have everything connected. So very, very cool system for people who are looking for an RV that's really designed and upfitted so that you can go out on the road. That is what this RV is. Now we have 12 feet of overhead storage, all carpet lined once again. Plenty of room to keep files, things along those lines. Then maybe here you move into, you know, camping supplies like outdoor fire starting kits, flashlights, board games, whatever it might be. But everything is carpet lined. All of it has this fantastic wallpaper that comes with the Belmont exterior. And then as you can see, we have recliners. So again, this is probably nicer than a lot of apartments that you would go to, you know, to go visit your friends. Really, really comfortable accommodations. And I mean, how much more residential does it get than having a real full-blown recliner? Now, of course, you've got your nice coffee table here, which is stationary, but these are adjustable. You can move them around. So not only can you turn the 2 chairs around in the front, so if you had 4 people that all wanted to watch a movie, you could have plenty of room. You've got these really great recliners and this nice televator. Now, the televator, when I put that down, you'll see what I'm talking about with living room window space. So really nice windows that have screens on them that you can open. So if you want that fresh pine air wafting in on a nice morning while you're getting ready to start your day, you've got your windows that you can open. But you also have this great additional dormy sofa. So if you do want to bring friends with you, now I'll tell you over and over again, I tell people articulating beds are nice. They're not necessary, but I would have no issue putting my 13-year-old on a queen size inflatable in the middle of this living room with a sleeping bag that we could pick up easily at the beginning of every morning, throwing it on the king size bed in the bedroom. But if I was bringing my mom with me, I don't know if I would, you know, inflate the mattress and be like, hey mom, here's your bed. I would probably end up sleeping on it if I did that. But if I had this set up, I know that she would be more than happy. Nice and gentle there. So this is a great setup. Now there are seat belts here underneath, and then you have this inflatable queen size mattress. So again, depends on who it is. If I was going camping with the kiddos, I'm a really big fan of an inflatable mattress that I don't have to put away every time. But if it was my mom or myself, I would definitely probably opt for this option. So it's really nice to have the couch and the theater seats, and the recliners, sorry, not theater seats, available in this option. Okay, so once again, if you didn't see how you do this, you've got this nice little handle here, and it really makes it very easy to open and close. And then your Velcro seats or cushions. And I love this Villa furniture. I have a lot of people who ask me if it's real leather. We don't have anything you have to worry about cleaning. Everything is synthetic. Villa makes an amazing product. The only time I really get into real authentic leather, which is a little more maintenance, is going to be at the King Air level. So if you've got kids, pets, whatever, super comfortable here. I did want to show you, if you did have someone sleeping here in the front, you've got 2 sets. You've either got your day shades or your night shades. Now, different people have different feelings about doing manual shades. For me, manual's really nice. I don't have to worry about motors going, anything along those lines. That is a differentiating feature, once again, when you look at that Newmar Ventana, when you get to that horsepower and torque rating, towing capacity, the 4369 on that level is very similar to the 4369 on the Ventana level. Things like power MCD shades are optional at that Dutch Star level, where they are not on the Ventana. So that's something to be considerate of. Now, this could have radiant in-floor heating. They did not opt for that feature, but again, this is an all-electric coach. So hydronic heat runs a tube of antifreeze underneath the coach, keeps your basement compartments from freezing, keeps everything nice and warm on the inside. It just blows air over that heat and really does a nice job of keeping you warm. I'm going to sit over here because I didn't show you this part yet. Another big full extension drawer. I mean, look at the size of that. You can put all your DVD movies in there, or Blu-rays, whatever you might have. Probably have a huge collection if you're a camper. And then a nice place with your cup holders. Really nice. Again, this is mounted to the floor, so it's going to stay stationary while you're in travel. Your televator controls are right here. And again, MCD shades, blackout and day shades throughout the entire RV. Now, I wanted to print out some things so we could go over this. So first and foremost, we are looking at stock number 5N210126. This RV is available for sale. It has an MSRP of $417,768. And this RV, as you can see, is the Freightliner chassis. It's the Ventana. It's the 4369 Belmont decor. And then it has the special order exterior colors. And what that means is this RV is actually not available in the book. This is a special order. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to show you passion red mica on the exterior. This coach is absolutely stunning. It took me a good extra 20 minutes to find exactly the right outfit to show off all of these colors today. Of course, I always dress for my RVs, but this is a really, really good looking coach. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have solar prep. We do have some interesting features that are important to talk about, like the hot water line to the generator. Is that important? Kind of. I mean, so you probably want to get all the bugs off of your RV whenever you get to your next campground. You don't want to really stop and let those bake on. But if you're driving down the road and you're having, maybe it's Kansas during the spring, you want to get those mosquitoes off, all of the, all the bugs. You've got that hot water line going to your generator, so you can really easily clean your windshield right there, which is really nice. So that's a feature that's optional on this. We also have, of course, you saw the safe in the bedroom system. We talked about the solar prep in the Sleep Number mattress. We talked about the recliners. We also are going to have a chance to see the Nova awnings. So this awning package runs $7,553, and what's nice about it is it really gives us a lot of sun protection. So I can't wait to show that to you outside as well. There's a whole bunch of other features, but another sheet that I want to make sure we take a look at. This is one of the greatest things that you get when you buy a Newmar with the Ventana and the tag axle. So this is a really, really nice description. You've got 6,600 pounds of carry capacity here. Again, 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. But the weight rating for the tongue weight on the hitch goes from 5,000 to 15,000 pounds on this RV. So what that means is you could get like a big stack, or you could get one of those heavier, like a larger boat, things along those lines. And the reason that is because this tag axle that you get when you go over 40 feet on any of the Newmars gives you kind of a cantilever. So if you hit a nice big bump in the back, you have two sets of wheels back there that are helping you to stay steady and flat. So you're not going to have that buoyancy that you would have with a single axle. And that would be very similar if you wanted to look at a single axle and a 40-foot, you'd look at the Country Star. So that's a differentiating feature between these two. The Ventana is available in anything 40 feet or longer with the 400 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. If you want to go into the shorter Ventanas, there's a great offering. We have 13 RVs available in this segment. The smaller ones are going to have that 6.7 liter ISB, and that's going to have an 800 foot-pound torque rating. It's going to have a 360 horsepower rating versus the 400 horsepower rating at the 8.9 liter ISL Cummins engine, which is in this coach. And again, that's 450 additional foot-pounds of torque, and that's a lot. I mean, that's as much torque as you find on a gas, a V8 Baystar, for instance. So having that extra 450 foot-pounds of torque, if you are anyone who's going to be in the Appalachians and the Sierra Nevadas and the Rocky Mountains, going up and over those mountain passes, this is going to be a dream to drive. So this is a very, very nice offering at that price point. And we're going to see that we have something called V-Ride here. So V-Ride, what that means is you're going to have less of a tippy feeling, and that's because of the way that the chassis is actually constructed through Freightliner. It provides, it's almost like a wishbone that you can see, and it keeps the coach from having that sway. So you've got this tag axle, you've got V-Ride, and then you've got something that's offered on any of the Newmar diesel pushers, which is really important. It's called Comfort Drive Steering. So Comfort Drive Steering, you've got this big amount of power coming, and you're driving this big brick through the atmosphere. It's definitely not aerodynamic at all. And the wind's coming at you, and you're going, 80 miles an hour on a very straight freeway, and you can just fight that wind the whole time, or you can turn up your setting for Comfort Drive. And the RV's propensity is to stay in that straight line. Now you can turn this up and down, which is really cool, but in a very strong wind or storm situation, if you've got that comfort drive turned up, you're not fighting. So the driver fatigue is so much less, not only on the windy parts because of the V-Ride, but on the straight passes, those long drives you're making throughout the day when you're going from one destination to the next because of comfort drive. And the other important feature that we'll talk about, and we'll see some of this below outside, is the STAR Foundation, which stands for Strong, True, and Robust. So the STAR Foundation is really important. It's what's allowed us to have this entire full wall slide. I don't know if you want to pan back, Jody, just to give everybody an idea as to how long this is. But the reason that we can support this full wall slide, when Newmar came out with the STAR Foundation, it gave us the ability to have a much heavier slide supported because we've got the infrastructure underneath the coach for the slide. So this is a really, really big differentiating feature on this RV. And then brake sync is the last one that I'll mention. So brake sync, how brake sync works is there's basically an extra cylinder that charges up full of air. So if, for instance, you're towing and your air brakes go out, your RV is going to stop automatically. But if you want your tow vehicle to stop, you still need to have braking power. And this brake sync system not only gives you an air line that's already pre-wired and existing, so you don't have to pay to have that installed. It comes with your RV when you buy it. In addition to it, it has this great bypass system that gives you a safer trailering capacity when you're driving down the road. Now, in the 2021 Ventana, we also have some other cool new features. First of all, let's take a look at this dash. So, let me go ahead and start her up for just a minute, and you'll see everything is going to fire up. But you have this really nice digital dash now, which is going to show you things like your, oh, there we go, we're going to be doing, I guess we're airing up, so that didn't take very long. So here's your vehicle configuration, Bluetooth, you can set your units. So if you're interested in having kilometers or miles per hour, you can do that. Here's your steering effort, which we just talked about. If you wanted to have less of your comfort drive or more, you could have that as well. And then here's your trip computer, and then your gauges, fuel economy, vehicle configurations, diagnostics. So all of these things are right here in your center console. So this is a really nice new feature for 2021 on the Freightliner chassis. Really, really like this a lot. You'll notice over here on the left, we have our house battery boost, our left and right mirror controls. You've got these really big, beautiful convex chrome mirrors on this RV. We do have the matching chrome baggage handles as well, so this is just very decadent. You've also got heat controls, so they are heated. Your tag dump, so if you wanted to level your coach with your equalizer system, you could dump your tag first, so you might not need to bring those front jacks down so much, so you might not have your wheels so far off of the ground. So very nice equalizer system. And you'll notice there's one thing that's missing. Now, of course, there's our cup holders. We've got a huge driver door, but what's missing is your stock control, your Allison transmission. So your Allison transmission is now here on the stock. And you'll notice that you also have not only high and low for your engine brake, you've got a medium setting. So for those of you who know, man, that engine brake is going to save your brakes, it's going to save it's a great way to be able to slow your coach. It's going to save you from going too fast down a steep hill. So this is really nice that you have high, medium, and low for your engine brake. Of course, we have our Rand McAnally system here, along with our camera systems. I just turned everything off, so I guess it won't pull up. Sorry about that, guys. It was just binking at me, so I didn't want it on. Visor control, shade control right here. And then I've got my generator on right now, and because we're going to go outside where it's a little bit louder, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's here underneath the dash once again. I'm just going to turn that off right here. Climate control, and then I've got a nice big drawer space. And again, these are 6-way power seats. And you do have, you can turn both of these around, which is really nice. I think that that's a big feature. Now, I know Jody's going to get after me if I don't do this, so I'm going to run back here really quick and show you how easy you could get into the potty if you were driving down the road. So here's that mid-bath. And this is a big difference maker for a lot of people. They want that extra privacy in the morning. Maybe you've just got, you know, 2 people, you're going to be in here full time. It's nice to have that second bathroom. But this has got more than just, you know, a really nice porcelain toilet. It's got a ton of storage in it as well. Let me just do those 2 so you can see. And then of course your breakers are up there with all of your fuses. Again, another porcelain toilet here. A little more storage underneath there. Can you see that, or am I in the way? You got it? And then fantastic fan number 3. So 1 here, 1 in the back, and then 1 in the kitchen. And then right below your controls for the one in the kitchen, you have your central vac. So really nice kick plate here. This is great. This is a great place to sweep everything. And then being that you do have carpet in this unit, there are hoses, and we'll take a look at those outside. So they just plug in right there. So very, very nice, easy to use setup, and great for anyone who wants to live a little more residentially. Now here above your sleeping accommodations or your couch, more storage here. Again, audio video command system along with your Bose soundbar. This does not only provide you with phenomenal sound while watching movies, it's also really nice just to listen to a little Led Zeppelin before you hit the open road while you're getting packed. So love that. So here we have all of our controls. So I was running the HVAC off of our generator earlier. I'll go ahead and turn that to off. But you can see you've got living room, kitchen, bedroom. So you've got 3 zones that you're controlling. You can turn everything off just like that. Here's your inverter control. If your Oasis system is running right here, you can run this off of both AC DC power. So you can run this off of electric, or you can run this off of your generator as well. So you can actually use this off of your 100-gallon fuel tank, which is great. It's always a good idea to fuel up before you get to your destination, so that if you do need to use your hydronic heat, you don't have how should I say, not enough fuel, because if you're too light in the gas tank, it will actually give you the preference of being able to get out of Dodge over taking a hot shower, which means you won't have any heat, you won't have any hot water, and you'll want to go back to the gas station and fill up. So always, if you can, remember to do that, fill up before you get to your camping destination. Your Girard control for those really big awnings that we mentioned, we've got those right here. There's number 1 and 2, and then this is just the awning for the stairwell. So everything here, very, very nice. You will note that there is that WineGuard satellite system up here. We also have the Denali Wi-Fi Ranger in here, so you've got great Wi-Fi if you want to be able to watch, you know, you've got 4 TVs, they're all smart TVs. If you want to watch Hulu or Netflix, you can do that here, but you also have that great satellite system as well. And then one of the important features I wanted to mention is this right here. So not only do we have a gentleman by the name of Bill Habercorn who answers questions for our clients every day, we also have the Freightliner 800 number here, but most importantly, we have a manufacturer that stands behind their product. And this is the only company that has, you know, 50 service bays, 62 camping bays. They are set up and outfitted where if you're having an issue with your RV and you really just need someone to help you work through something, they're there for you. But before you get there, you go ahead, call Erica, send her an email. Erica has this number forwarded to a work phone. If it's an emergency, she'll get back to you right away. But you can email her during your camping trip and get questions answered. So you have, you know, your brand specialist that specializes in Ventana. You have Bill Habercorn who answers the phone here. You have me. I'm always available to you at the drop of a hat. You can text me any time of the day. As soon as I wake up the next morning, I'll get right to work on the questions that you have. But you have so much support making it so that you can have a really enjoyable camping trip. But the fact that Newmar is so willing to be out there face to face with their clients really separates them from the pack. And then on top of it, they have something called Noogle, where if you do have a question, you can log into your Noogle account, and if there's an article about it or anything that's of interest that they found published, they'll get it attached there. And it'll also bring you out to the wide world web of Google and get those articles interfaced to you as well. So really, really great support for people who want to get out on the open road and feel like they can actually use their RV comfortably and know that they've got people behind them to make sure that they're having a great time on vacation. Okay, so not only is this a wonderful seat that acts as a recliner, it also has a very nice desk, as you can see. So if you are on the road, and maybe you're both working, maybe you're turning this around and you're using this desk and your husband's using that desk, or vice versa. I mean, but it's just nice. Whoever's navigating, whoever's not driving can sit here, have a sandwich, play some solitaire, maybe be the music control, but all of that right there. Nice desk, really nice seating configuration with really comfortable armrests. Back here you have a 110 outlet and 2 USB ports again. So again, 2 110s, 2 USB ports. All of your light controls are right here, so you can turn everything off from right here. Wireless charging dock, and then we've got our step cover. This is a really important thing. You don't want Fifi falling down the steps. So if you've got a little pooch or a kitty cat, you want to have that step cover covered while you're driving, you can do that. Really, really nice. You probably have your feet up on the footrests the whole time, just saying, but you never know. And then here you've got lock and unlock. So you've got power baggage door locks on the Ventana. And so these will lock and unlock automatically when you engage the RV into drive. So I'm going to make sure that they're unlocked for us today. And then this is your battery disconnect for the house. So very easy to operate. And I just want to open this door for us. Take a look at this screen door. How cool is this? So this actually can open and close. So you could pass big things through and still have it closed if you wanted to. But you've got a nice screen door and you can cover that and keep it nice and closed. So that's very, very handy. And I think our next step, Jody, I'll go ahead and let you lead. You go ahead and go out first because I've got some stuff I want to talk about on the way out. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, so first of all, our step is not working today. Well, I shouldn't say that. It works, but there's a part on order and the technician asked us not to use it, so I'm using a footstool. But all that being said, if you do have fine furry friends, check this out. What a great basin to keep dog food in. And what another great basin to keep your little doggy dishes, maybe your water bowls and your leashes. So I love that this is right here. I mean, that is, I could use that at my house. It's such a nice feature. We'll go ahead and close this up. So one of the things that's really nice about the Ventana is that you have this great keyless entry pad and the doorbell. I know that we used that when we entered in today. I love that. You also have the cameras here on the sides that will show you by video on your screen inside to the left and right of you when you're changing lanes. And again, I know we talked about that beautiful convex chrome mirror, but just very, very first class. You've got your security lights out here. You do have a dual fill 100-gallon fuel tank, so this is one of your fueling stations. And then this is a really important feature as well. This RV has been pre-wired, so if you wanted to get that Dometic on a slide and you wanted that outside refrigerator and freezer, this RV is pre-wired to have that Dometic on a slide, which is really nice. So again, you could add the washer and dryer, you could add the Dometic, you could add the solar. All of this is very, very nice and optional and something that we do on a day-to-day basis, so very easy, but then it leaves it up to you. So you don't have to come in and feel like you're buying a bunch of options that you may or may not use. I had a client the other day who said, we never get drinks outside and the freezer's plenty of room. I'd rather have the storage capacity. So that's a really nice feature. Now on that note, something that has been added I think is really cool is this 92-inch long little slide underneath. And this is 26 by 91. And this is in storage bay number 2. So it does have 1,000-pound capacity. It goes out 60%, so you can get, as you can see, outside past your slide and load all the way to the center from either side, which is really, really nice. And when I open this next door, I'd like you to take a look, Jody. Let's show off the Star Foundation. So here's that strong, true, and robust, or Star Foundation. So you can see how this rail is actually below the subfloor. So you've got this 3-inch subfloor that is really thick, and it's designed to keep the heat in and the cold out, or vice versa. But what's nice about that is if you can see this rail here, this is directing all of that heavy weight down towards the center of the RV. So it's giving you a much, much better handle. And what's interesting about these subfloors is that they have something called Big Bertha. And Big Bertha is a table where they assemble your subfloor on the table. It's a heated table, so it helps the tile to cure, helps everything to all come together. And then they take that floor and they take the whole entire floor and then they put it down on top of the chassis separately. So you're not going to get those rattles and creaks going down the road. You're not going to get tile popping or cracking. The construction quality of a Newmar is really the differentiating factor that if you haven't driven one, we have got frontage roads up and down I-25. We're nestled outside of the Rocky Mountains. We're 20 minutes from the airport. We're in the middle of the country. Come see me. Let me show you why you would like to have a Newmar. Really an amazing product. Just a little extra tile here, as always. And then this storage tray in the next bay is, sorry, I had to write these numbers down. This is a 43 by 56. So this is a 43 by 56, 43 wide, 56 deep. You'll notice it's right underneath our central vac, and then we've got our hose as well, a little coil hose. But again, really, really nice. You can load this whole thing very easily. These are the hoses that you could use on the inside, or right here at our inner vac. You can see right where it says road vac, that's where you would attach the hoses. So if you've got anything like paddle boards, dogs, children that you want to vacuum off before they go inside, very easy. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know, I kind of like power shades. I love manual shades, for the record. Even when they're available as power, I like manual because they close really fast. You don't have to wait for them. And so a lot of people say, oh man, these doors are so hard to close. You're right, they are. And the reason that is because look at this seal. You know, you can have things easy in life, but you know, the higher road is the road less traveled, and it's the one that gives you a better outcome. You're not going to worry about dust or debris or water coming into your RV baggage compartments when you have these seals. Now also, I almost missed an opportunity to show you your fourth television. Again, another nice Samsung Smart TV with that Bose soundbar. You could play, the Bose soundbar could play off of the radio inside. It could be Wi-Fi, it could play the movie you're watching. Again, just phenomenal. And then in this cabin on the left, there's a Wi-Fi, I'm sorry, not Wi-Fi, there's 2 USB ports and a 110 outlet, so you can also charge your phone outside, which is huge, huge. Oh, we have a question. Good questions. I hope I can answer it. I'm a little dingy.
Do all of the outside doors have an auto lock?
Yes, on this model they do, absolutely. And that's an optional feature, and it's honestly one of the best ones. So there's a lock button right inside the door that you push lock and you know you're good to go. And I'll show that to you before we finish up today. This pegboard right here is a great place to keep all of your tools for your RV. So if you've got anything that you need, it's also just a nice feature to have if you want to keep bug spray, anything along those lines outside here. Nice thin cabinet where you can keep everything stored before you hit the road. And then back here, you're going to have your chassis battery disconnect. So we had the house battery disconnect inside the door. The chassis battery disconnect is right here. So you can just know that you've turned everything off when it's time to go home and you're ready to lock her up and stow her maybe for the winter or for the summer, depending on where you live. Really easy to close her up. And then here in the back, again, this is the 400 horsepower Cummins 8.9 liter engine. Look at this color combination. So is that not absolutely stunning? I mean, this is really, really a just beautiful RV. And I think you can still catch all the colors, even though we have these 2 Nova awnings out. Look at the coverage from those awnings. I mean, that was really keeping us much cooler while we were inside. And then again, we talked about brake sync. Here's that air line. Here's everything that you need to attach your trailer. And of course, if you're going to use a Blue Ox system, it's so nice to have this integrated already. There's a little adapter you'll need to buy. You can buy that online. You can get it from us here at Transwest. But you just add that and you're ready to rock and roll. Just get your Jeep. How to make this look easy. There we go. I always fight with engine bay covers, but I just wanted to show you, look at the size of this radiator. Talk about being able to breathe easy. And then engine oil right over here on the right hand side. Very, very easy access. You can check your air filter and reset that too, so you can make sure it's nice and clean. And again, this is the Freightliner chassis with Ultra Steer, and this is 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. What a monster. Back here we have just another nice little storage bay. These two play into each other. They are connected. So if you've got anything longer, maybe you want to keep some fishing poles back here, whatever it might be. This does have a flag, the optional flag bracket on here. You can keep your flag in here. Oops. So again, this does have the optional chrome baggage door handles, which is a really pretty feature on such a lovely coach. A 13-gallon def tank. So easy fuel. And then here under this side, we have a great place to keep your water hose. So your sewage hose can go right here. And then I'll show you underneath here. Look at this bay, it's so well orchestrated. So there's that whole house water filter. So that in combination with the refrigerator filter gives you dual filtration on your water dispenser. You've got a power water reel on the right hand side. As you can see, a really nice little exit port so you can keep the door closed for your sewer hose. And then you'll notice here on the left you have hot and cold water for your outdoor shower. Really, really nice feature.
Another question.
Sure, go ahead. Can you say it again?
The towing capacity.
Oh, the towing capacity, 15,000-pound towing capacity. So really big towing capacity on this RV. One of the big features of it actually. I have so the 4002 and the 4037 are the shortest that you are going to have with that 15,000-pound towing capacity. Anything smaller than that's going to have a 10,000-pound towing capacity, and that's because at 40 and above, our towing capacity goes up from 10,000 pounds to 15,000 pounds because, first of all, you've got that tag axle, but more importantly, you've got that 8.9 liter Cummins engine that gives you that 400 horsepower and 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. So if you're looking for a nice price point with great capacity for towing and for getting up and over those mountain passes, this is a great unit. Let's just look underneath these briefly. So here is your power cord. This is a 50-foot power cord. It is on a power retracting reel. Big deal there. These things, I'll tell you, I love the summertime. It might be 98 here in Denver today and sweltering hot, but I would so much rather be dealing with this than a dirty, wet cord that you have to pull in whenever you're moving these RVs for videos. So when we got this one ready this morning, it's really easy. You just push the button, it sucks the power cord up, and it stows in a nice small bay. It doesn't take up nearly as much space, and your hands don't get as dirty. Oh, sure. So this is going to have air suspension. It's not going to be like that you would find that's hydraulically adjusted, for instance, on the S6. But yeah, so one of the things that's really nice about this Comfort Drive suspension is that you are going to have a really nice air leveling system. It won't be one where you could, for instance, like in the Essex or the London Air, level your coach with air when parked, but you're still going to have a really cushy suspension. But Eric, the more important feature of this coach, to be honest with you, if you're looking for a good drive down the road, is the fact that it's got this tag axle. So if you want something that's giving you that extra stability while you're driving, anything that you can get that's 40 feet or larger by Newmar that has that tag is going to vastly change the way the coach handles when it hits potholes and bumps going down the freeway. So if that helps, that's something you definitely want to make sure that you consider. And here's your Oasis system. So this is what's giving you your tankless hot water heater. And again, it's 105 gallons of fresh water that you have. Uh-oh, got a locker. So these are all the storage bays from the other side, except for this one. This is where we keep all 8 of our batteries. So these are your 8 house batteries. Those are on a sliding tray. And normally I would have pulled your slides in just to show you the walking space, but with that table deployed, it was kind of a logistical nightmare. So I thought it was more important to show you that table out in the middle of the room with that full use of the desk space than to have the ability to close the slides. And then here you'll see all of our fuses. Everything is so tidy, very trademark of Newmar, very organized. We'll go ahead and pull this, and this is going to get us access to, I hope I got it. I can never tell if I actually got it. I think I got it. So that did have extra fuses in it, for the record. Another one of those side cameras. I did it! Look at that. So super nice here. You've got your Cummins, it's an 8 kilowatt generator. You've also got your air hose right here on the right hand side. So you can air up your tires if you need to. And then there's big air horns. And then there's that hot water dispenser, or the hot water faucet as well. So once again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I do a live video every week at 10:30, and sometimes on Fridays too. I really appreciate you tuning in. I really appreciate you, Eric. Please provide your email address below so I can reach out and talk to you further about this particular unit. Again, this is stock number 5N210126. Again, 5N210126. My name is Katie O'Neill. I am here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. This is a 2021 Newmar Ventana, floor plan 4369. And if you don't love it, someone will, but I do. It is absolutely gorgeous. Make her yours.